So the first story I would like to talk about today is Ike Eveland, during his recent 3D event, had an appearance by Hatsune Miku, and I didn't know you could just do that. That's really cool. I have no idea how much of that I can play for copyright reasons, but hey, I still think that's kinda neat. I didn't know you could rent out Miku for a bit. Now, I never watched a ton of Ike Eveland, but doing just the bare minimum of research, I found out he is a massive Hatsune Miku fan, so it's always cool when people have their dreams come true. Also, apparently, this entire concert, including renting out Hatsune Miku, was extremely expensive.
It's also one of the most expensive things I've ever done. There was a lot of work that had to be done behind the scenes. A lot of things had to prepare for this. I'm gonna have to eat ice water soup for the next week or 2 weeks or something like that. But it was worth it! When staff told me, okay, so it's gonna run you this much, I was like, sign it, send it, full gas, I don't care, we're doing this. We are doing this!
The next piece of news I want to talk about is Bao and her ongoing issue with scams, particularly her merch scam. And she uploaded a clip where she talked about the events.
Now that Tim basically took on Copium Merch's disaster, me and many others were a client of a merch store last year that basically ran out of money because they did not know how to run a proper business, and they overstocked our merch just by literally eyeballing. If you wait for pre-orders to be finished and ship out like merch, it's a long time before you're able to start a new like merch drop. But if you just keep playing leapfrog with people's merch drops and just kind of guesstimate how much merch to manufacture for the next drop, then you can be ahead of the game. But that's only if you know how to do math. And in this case, pretty much all of my money was, a lot of my money was stuck with merch that was massively over-ordered and also was not sold. So technically my money was just sitting there, not doing anything. And then eventually they ran out of money to continue operating, and then they ghosted everybody. And Tim, with the heart of 10,000 angels, decided to take on the rest of our inventory and try to sell all of this leftover merch. Asked for literally nothing other than our cooperation to try and help everybody. And he forfeited his own pay. He forfeited eating, sleeping, his own health in order to help all of us. And no one will ever understand how much this person sacrificed himself for a problem that he never even created. And now, because he did that, and all the refunds were going through the Shopify accounts that are linked to him, now all of his Shopify accounts are locked because every single one of them got so many refunds that it took down the validity or the trustworthiness of his shop. And so now all the money that he has accumulated through Shopify that he has not moved into his bank is just stuck there for a minimum of 4 months. And so he cannot be paid out. All of his other businesses are suffering. So now it has become a problem that does not only affect me, it affects everyone that works with Tim. So anyone and all of your favorite creators that work with Tim and have drops with him right now, all of the funds are stuck in their Spotify. So if you guys could please just retweet and interact with that tweet for visibility so that Shopify could please review his case, that would be amazing. I am incredibly lucky that I've already got my funds processed through. The only thing is now that you guys cannot send me refunds because his Shopify is frozen. I've received my money, but now no one can do refunds right now. So if you wanted a refund, or if something didn't show up, then we can't do anything until the Shopify is unlocked, which majorly sucks. I'm currently in the process of moving the leftover inventory over to GamerSupps because Tim is so overwhelmed with helping everybody else out. And so long term, all the leftover inventory that I have will be handled through GamerSupps. And GamerSupps was super kind enough to just simply help a friend out. And offered to do this at no additional cost. And I'm just incredibly lucky to be around like very, very kind people with very successful businesses that are willing to help me out during a time of need. So yes, please do help Tim. Tim doesn't deserve this. Fuck Copium merch. They're a piece of shit. They're fucking cowards, and they ran away and abandoned everything because they're pussies. So yep. The literal only downside is that like I am not as fucked as everyone else, but that still really sucks because I wish no one was fucked at all.
Real talk, shout out to Tim, because holy shit, Tim got his Shopify account shut down for issuing too many refunds to solve a problem he didn't even fucking create, that he's not even involved in. Damn! Forget above and beyond, Tim is in fucking orbit with how far above and beyond he went to help out Bao and her fans get their refunds and recover from this massive disaster. Even the comments agree that Tim is a gigachad with a heart of gold. The next piece of news I wanted to talk about is that Numi got fucking robbed. But presumably there was a GPS connected device such as a smartphone that was stolen from Numi, so they were able to actually track her down and follow her. She assumes her stuff was probably taken from her Uber, so it's entirely possible the driver or the next passenger took off with it. Going on to complain about the police and saying that they are completely useless. Apparently she's on hold, getting bounced around to different departments. They're doing absolutely nothing to help Numi. She then goes on to say that if you see her and she looks like she's ready to kill somebody, she apologizes in advance. She later says that she ran into Buff Pup, and when Buff found out she had been robbed, she went ahead and bought her an adorable little duck plushie. Very cute. Apparently she wanted to enter the charity auction, but she can't actually bid because she can't verify her identity because all of her shit got stolen. The next thing I wanted to talk about is a absolutely tiny VTuber group called LoliPuff. As you can see, they are a VTuber group where everyone has these adorable chibi models. However, several of their members are running into trouble, with one of them having their YouTube channel purged of all content and their Twitch channel outright banned. Now, if you do any amount of digging on the topic, you will quickly find out that there appears to be some controversy surrounding this group that no one had ever heard of before, because a content creator made a video about this VTuber group claiming that they had started a hate campaign. However, almost every post on Twitter I've been able to find is saying that this video is in fact inciting a hate campaign against LoliPuff and calling this video hypocritical. And apparently it's not just YouTube channels and Twitch channels that are suffering, Twitter accounts are also getting suspended. So the fallout of this video is massive, and the fan base appears to be furious. People who have watched the video, which I have not, are giving reviews such as, "That hit piece video was so painful to sit through last night. I never thought I'd hear, 'I think you're a child lover, but that's okay as long as you do it behind closed doors,' was an actual argument. She should really listen to herself sometime." Other people saying they tried to make LoliPuff out to be the aggressors in the title of the video, but that's a lie, because it was other people who started a harassment campaign against them. So truly a massive portion of the internet hates this video and believes it's misleading. However, not everyone is on LoliPuff's side, with many people just saying the VTuber's content was weird, creepy, lollibait, and weirdly sexual. Now, rather than endure some long as hell rant video about how much somebody hates a VTuber group, I will instead review a Google document that they posted that seems to have been created with the purpose of attacking this VTuber group. So the first image is just a link to the LoliPuff Twitter page. The next post being a Twitter post where they simply post that all of their character models are lolis, which I guess is meant to showcase them admitting to the fact that they are in fact a group of loli VTubers, which I feel like arguably could have been deduced by the fact that they call themselves LoliPuff, but whatever. The bottom tweet I find particularly confusing to feel necessary to include in this Google document hit piece, where the only thing they say is that they're people of color, which I don't really see how that's relevant unless you just hate people of color, but whatever. The next image is a tweet that says the LoliPuff girls have been targeted, mass reported, and harassed, and Lullaby Lita lost her account. The next post shows the LoliPuff Twitter account being privated, as well as the talents themselves privating their accounts, and Lullaby Lolita's account being suspended. The next entry is just a 25-minute screen recording of them scrolling through Twitter. Next, they have a Google document that says, LoliPuff is a group of VTubing lollies, which I feel like we could have guessed by the fact that lolly is in the username, but whatever. They then say that LoliPuff makes sexually suggestive content and post the definition of a lolly. The next post in this document is apparently a screenshot of LoliPuff being reported to the FBI, because the FBI has nothing better to do than look at VTuber Twitter accounts. I would just like to point out that in the title and thumbnail of their hit piece video, they say that LoliPuff started a hate campaign. And so far, all this person has proved is that LoliPuff is a VTuber organization that is full of lollies. Damning stuff, guys. And for this, they deserve to be reported to the FBI. Look, I'm not gonna weigh in on the ethics of making lolicon content. You have your own opinions on that already, and nothing I say could ever sway you. But I will say, going out of your way to point the finger at a VTubing group that is absolutely microscopic and getting multiple accounts banned or privated is a shitty thing to do. Now, in response, LoliPuff has released their own Google document, and in this document they claim that they have been harassed, cyberbullied, kink-shamed, body-shamed, harassed, witch hunted, doxed, and received racist remarks. They then go on to post the definition of a lolly, saying that the lolly body type can also refer to an adult. In this document, they claim a VTuber named Pippa Otter claimed the girls were using slurs belligerently and went on a podcast with Ethan Ralph, who LoliPuff claims is a registered sex offender. And as proof that the members of LoliPuff are racist and use racial slurs, is a screenshot of them posting a meme. Much of the document is spent showcasing Twitter posts about how much the general public, generally speaking, despises lolly and Shota content. And if I showed all of these posts, I feel like we'd be here all day, so I'm going to skip ahead quite a bit. I just want to point out, I find it funny that I have to go to the LoliPuff document to actually find the evidence of LoliPuff sending targeted harassment towards somebody. And the proof of LoliPuff calling for harassment against somebody else is in fact a screenshot of one of their fans in Discord calling for someone to be harassed. Which, after finding out about that, LoliPuff banned them from the server. This next bit details how RiriCore is so exhausted by the harassment that has suddenly been brought upon their account that they want to kill themselves. It's worth noting that RiriCore is in fact pregnant. And skipping straight to the end of this document, the LoliPuffs end with a statement that says they do not wish any hate or ill will towards those who have wronged them, and they just want to move on. But that's all I have to say about the situation. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment below what you thought about the topics we covered in today's video. Bye guys!